What's up, guys? We are here finally with our Q&A video. It's been like a month ago or so, maybe longer than that. I think we did a video saying to leave your questions, and then we said we were going to do it the next week. Well, then the next week happened, and the next week happened, and then all kinds of stuff going on. So every time we get ready to do it, something would happen. We couldn't do it, so it was just hard to get us both together at a time where the kids were in bed and we could both be here to do it. So finally, we got some time to sit down and do it. Alright, so we'll start off here. First question, are you all dressing up for Halloween? What will you guys be? Well, Halloween was already passed a few weeks ago, so no, we didn't dress up. But the kids did. Brad does sometimes. He used to dress up, but he didn't this year.
I was a scarecrow at work.
Oh yeah, you did. You were a scarecrow. I forgot about that, yeah.
So I just left everything on and went out with the kids like that. So I did.
I was thinking of the trunk or treat. You did dress up at trunk or treat, but you dressed up on Halloween.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, let's see. Well, a couple people have already asked this below, but how did you meet? Brett and Brad love story. So, okay. We met online in a chat room.
Called gay.com.
Yes, it was on gay.com. They had chat rooms, they had local chat rooms, so we met in the Kansas City chat room. We talked for quite a while. We chatted on there. And then we decided to meet. And been together ever since we met.
We started chatting in about, I think it was like February the 20th, if I remember correctly, because it was not too long after my sister's birthday, and I was telling her all about him.
Yeah, and then we met on my birthday, which was March 15th. Is when we first met.
Yes.
So that's how we met, and we've been together ever since. Let's see.
And that was in 2004.
2004.
I wanted to say 3.
Let's see. Okay. Do you ever spend time with both of your moms at the same time? If you could have other occupations, what would it be? Whose idea first was to become foster parents? Okay. No, we don't really do the moms at the same time.
No, there's been a couple of times Brett's mom's been with us, and we went over to my mom's a couple of times, but not always. My mom, she's never been a get out of the house and go visit people kind of person. She's always just stayed at home. So in the 10 years we've lived here, my mom's maybe been over here a handful of times. Yeah. She just don't get out. They don't like driving in the traffic. They're not even that old. My mom's only 60. They just don't like driving in traffic and stuff. And my stepdad has a hard time getting around because he's had a lot of strokes. And so he has a hard time getting around, so they just rather just stay at home.
Yeah. So mom's down all the time though. She's always going.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. Second one was if you could have other occupations, what would it be? When I was in college, I was going to be business, but then I kind of wanted to do like a English major. But then like after doing these YouTube videos and stuff and editing and everything, I love editing and doing all this stuff. It's so much fun. I love it. And I would have loved to go into that kind of field, like editing or like, you know, doing movies or TV shows, or you edit and put clips together and all that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly what that's called. Is that journalism?
I think so, yeah.
Or something like that. It's not, is it? Something like that. Whatever it is, when you edit stuff together, or clips and movies and TV shows or whatever, that would be cool to do. I'd have liked to have done something like that.
Now, I've always wanted to do hair, so I've already kind of did that. So, because I always was manager at different places and everything, but I always was interested in hair and talked about how I wanted to do it, and now I'm doing it. So.
Plus, you open your own salon.
Yeah.
Too.
Plus, I open my own
even
salon.
Bigger plus.
Yeah.
Doing hair and have your own salon. Okay, whose idea first was it to become foster parents? Both of ours, really, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean,
because we wanted
when
kids.
we first met, this was everything I told every guy that I first met, that I eventually want to have kids. If you don't want to have kids, we're not going to work. So I've always said that. And then my cousin started fostering and adopted some kids, and then we just both started talking about it. And so it was kind of a mutual thing. And we were together for 5 years and thought it was time to start a family.
Yeah, we looked into surrogacy, but that's really expensive. So we decided not to go that route because it's just way, way expensive. And then, but when you adopt, you have to become foster parents first before you're able to adopt. You have to foster for 6 months before you're able to adopt. So,
and that's through the state. That's not through a private adoption agency.
Yeah. So far, it hasn't ever worked out for adoption. All the kids have gone back to their parents or to grandparents or whatever. So now we're just trying to see what's going to happen with Marco and Ralphie. So we should find out by February at least. We'll see what happens with them. So, all right. What do you guys like to do for a fun outing with the kids? Love your videos. We just whatever. I mean, we do all kinds of different stuff. You know, we like taking them to the movies, we like taking them to parks,
to the zoo, like fun
run. We went to this other place we just went to, Power Play. Yeah, there's another we went
go-karting.
We didn't get that on the vlog. We did that a couple weeks ago. We weren't vlogging that day though. But yeah, they had little go-karts. Marco went with the adults, and then Ralphie had a little bitty kid area where Ralphie did little go-karts. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then like this winter down at the plaza, they have an ice skating rink, and I want to take the kids down there. I think that'd be a lot of fun. We don't do theme parks. Like, we have a theme park that's not too far away, but it's so expensive. It's ridiculous. But if we get custody of the kids, I might get like Marco and Ralphie and I season passes because it's cheaper that way. So we'll see about that. But we have taken them to Oceans of Fun.
Yeah. Okay, where are you guys originally from? Or have you always lived in KC? And or what brought you to KC? I'm originally from St. Joseph, Missouri. That's where I was born, grew up, and that's where my mom lives right now, and that's like 35 minutes north of where we are here in Kansas City. And then I moved down here when I started with the Postal Service back in 1997 is when I moved down here to Kansas City. So I've been in Kansas City since 1997.
I'm originally from, I don't know if I should say Lawson or Kearney. When I was born, my parents lived in Lawson, Missouri, which is about 30 minutes from here. And then when I was in the first grade, they moved to Kearney. And so I went to Kearney schools my first, second, and third grade year. And then my parents got a divorce. My mom moved to Kansas City. And so I don't know what I'd say.
It's been all over.
Yeah, I've pretty much been between here and Kearney, Kansas City and Kearney. Kearney's most of my life is Kearney. And that's where my dad's from and my grandparents and stuff. And so even after my parents got divorced, I was in Kearney at my grandparents all the time. So I'd probably say Kearney.
Yeah. Okay, how did you meet each other? We already said that. And why did you choose to become foster parents? We already said that. So did those. Let's see. I have a question. I have a candle that I lit yesterday. It pulled out real nice. Very aromatic, very happy with it. Let it burn for about 24 hours. I had to leave today, so I blew it out. I came home and relit it. The wicks are barely staying lit. It's a 3-wick candle. Only 2 wicks will barely stay lit. What is the best way to get these wicks to burn strong again?
This is question and answer about us, not candles. Skip, move on.
I can answer that real quick. Cotton ball. Get your little cotton balls out. Dab it into blow out your candle. Dip the cotton ball in there. And then throw the cotton ball away. Relight the candle, and then the flames will shoot back up. It'll get hotter, and it'll blow or it'll melt the wax. And the flames will be higher. So
sorry for the phone.
So yeah, that's what you got to do with that, and you have to do that pretty much with all Bath & Body Works candles nowadays. Okay, Brett, what is your favorite Bath & Body candle for fall and winter, and who is more stern and strict as a parent? My favorite Bath & Body for fall. That's a hard one. For fall, what is my favorite fall? I don't really have a favorite fall one. I like pumpkin pecan waffles. I like autumn a lot. Yeah, I don't really have a certain favorite one of fall. I like pumpkin ones too. I like a lot of pumpkin different ones. I really like pumpkin coconut this year, and I like pumpkin Pumpkin cinnamon bun last year. Pumpkin cinnamon bun. They didn't bring pumpkin cinnamon bun back this year, but I like that. Okay, in winter, I like twisted pepperoni a lot. It's a classic. I like it. It's one of my favorites. Okay, who is more stern and strict as a parent?
Right.
Whatever.
That would be me.
Yeah. Like just a little bit ago, I told Marco to go to bed like 3 different times. Just ignores me, keeps on sitting here. Brad tells him to go to bed. First time, he goes right to bed. I'm like, okay, no, why did you not go to bed after I told you 3 times? But then Brad tells you once and you go right to bed. So yeah, that would be Brad. Okay, let's see. Who is the better cook? I love the cooking videos. I say we both about do pretty good.
Yeah.
We both
Just depends on what it is.
Yeah, we both have our different things to do. I tend to get, he has things he's just kind of learned and done, and I tend to get like recipes off Pinterest and stuff like that. And I go like recipes. I pretty much go like by recipes when I cook, except for a few things. So.
And I always just kind of throw things together. Like, I don't know. My grandmother did that a lot. Excuse me. Growing up, she would just throw stuff together, and it was freaking amazing. And my mom did that too. And so I just kind of learned from them to how to just throw things together. And I can't make anything in a box or in a package because I'll screw it up every time. So if it's not like basically homemade, I can't cook it.
Okay, do you want any more kids? If so, would you ever bring a little girl? What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Okay, let's go one by one here. Do you want any more kids? I'm okay with 2 if we get to keep these boys. That's enough for me.
I want a little girl, so I say one more.
Yeah, I do. I've always wanted a little girl too. And, which brings to the next question: would you ever bring a little girl? Yes, I've always wanted a little girl, and then we had our first foster children was a little girl, a boy and a little girl, and that was super hard when she had to go back home to her parents. She was my little girl, but
she was Brett's baby girl. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, but ever since then, we've had all boys.
It was all about Brett.
We ever had, except for our last 2 before Mara. We did have 2 other girls, yeah. So, but yeah.
And that one was really hard because we got her at 5 months old, and then she went back home to mom and dad when she was 2. So that one was really tough.
What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? Well, that was me because I saw a lot of people doing candle reviews and hauls and stuff like that, and that was what started me. So that started that, and then I saw vlogs, so I started doing vlogs too. And then the family vlogs. So we'll start off kind of like candle vlogs because I started them because AZ for Angela is who really inspired me to start vlogging when I did candle reviews, because she did vlogs and I loved her vlogs. So I started doing vlogs then. It kind of more focused on the candles at first, but then I started watching a lot of other family vloggers that did family vlogs. And then that's how we kind of started doing a little more family oriented, but then I still put some candle stuff in there too. So let's see, when did you know that Brad was the one? Pretty much the first night I met him. I just had a feeling the first night I met him, because I was with somebody for almost 2 years and I thought I loved them, but I just knew it wasn't. I always knew it wasn't quite right after so long, but then I kind of stuck in the relationship because I didn't, it was hard for me to get out. I felt bad. I didn't want to hurt that other person, even though I knew I just didn't feel right with that person. It just wasn't right. So then when I met him, I just had a feeling it just connected pretty.
A funny story. I told Brett that I loved him first, and we were together maybe, not even a week.
May.
That's
March.
Maybe not even a week.
Oh, maybe not a week, yeah. It was a little longer than that.
A little longer.
Yeah, a few weeks maybe.
Maybe a few weeks.
I don't know.
He didn't say it back. But I knew.
I just got out of a relationship, so I didn't want to jump into anything too quick. So I kind of was a little bit cautious at first.
We were living together.
Got too serious.
We were living together within 2 months.
Yeah.
It moved quicker than what I expected, and I wasn't even looking to date. I was done dating. I was just gonna use them and leave them. And then he fell right in my lap, just like my mom said when I told her I was done. She said, "Oh, the right one will come along, and you'll know, and it'll just fall right in your lap," and it did.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Do you have a family member who hasn't adapted to you being in love? If yes, how do you deal with them? I haven't had. I've had really good luck with my whole family. I haven't had any. Everybody's been real supportive of me being gay and being in my relationship. They all love Brad, so I haven't, and my family had that experience.
I have a lot. I have an aunt and uncle and a cousin. Excuse me, that live down south. My uncle's a preacher, a Southern Baptist preacher at that. So I got a lot of slack from them and their youngest son, which is him and I used to be really close. We're still pretty close, but I got a lot of slack from them, and they never met Brett until 3 years. Did Marsha pass away 3 years ago?
So
3 years ago, they met Brett at my cousin's funeral and loved him right away. And then they were at my mom's surgery, and I mentioned to my aunt, because I try to mention it all the time, because I want them to know that I'm happy and all that, but I mentioned to her, I said, I know you're... Oh my gosh, this is my step cousin. Sorry. I mentioned to her that, I said, I know that you're not happy with my lifestyle, but I want you to know Brett treats me very well. And she said, it's not that I'm not happy with it, it's just not our beliefs. And we really like Brett, he's a sweet guy. And then my brother, my younger brother, he just can't get over it. Like, when we go somewhere, like, he drives a dump truck sometimes. So I'd go with him a couple of times, he'd call me and say, hey, you want to go dump trucking overnight with me? If I'm off the next day, I'll go. And we'll be driving down the road and he'll see a woman. He'll be like, hey, you know she's good looking. You know you want to hit that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Daniel, stop. It's not like that. So those two people I get slack from all the time. He likes Brett.
He's kind of
he gets along with Brett.
He's cool with me for the most part,
but he just can't accept that I'm gay, basically, and that I'm never going to be with a woman.
Okay, let's see. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Love your channel and family. 10 years, gosh.
Old, gray, and can't move.
Probably. Well, hopefully we'll have a family and kids.
Hopefully we get Marco and Ralphie and they get married and have us some grandkids.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll be close to retirement.
In 10 years you will be.
I can retire when I'm 55, but I don't know. It just depends on what. That's kind of early. I don't know if our money will be situated quite right enough for me to retire that early. But we'll see. So that's only 12 years away. I'll be 53 in 10 years. Okay, let's see. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Someplace warm. Warm.
Very warm.
Did I say warm? Warm. Not cold. I don't want cold, no snow, nothing. I don't know why I live here, because I hate the cold and the snow every year.
Warm.
Well, I was born here, so that's why I live here, but yeah, I would move in a heartbeat. My mom won't be happy, but yeah.
I love Florida. He likes California. We could be mutual and go to Hawaii.
There you go.
We both like Hawaii. We've never been.
I like Florida too. It's a little more humid in Florida, but I like Florida too. The ocean's warmer in Florida though.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I need some frizz help. LOL. Ah, good thing I'm not your neighbor. Let's see. You'd have to run me off. Here's my question. Can I be y'all's neighbors? I'm joking, but it would be cool. Yes, Brandy, you could be our neighbor.
Yes.
We would love that. That was Brandy. Okay, let's see. Tell us one fact about each of you that would be surprising. What would be surprising? I used to, let's see. I used to have piercings all over. I used to have this pierced. I had my, well, both my ears, of course. I had a septum in here. Both my eyebrows pierced. I had dreadlocks.
Your tongue pierced. You had this
I had my tongue pierced. I had this pierced. I was in a band. So yeah, I used to be kind of wild looking, I guess you would say. A lot more than I am now. Now I just have some tattoos, my gauges. So I'll calm down a little bit.
Something about me that would be surprising. I don't know.
He likes to knit.
I'm very crafty on different things. So I like working on cars, but I like to knit. I like to sew. I like to do like scrapbooking. I like to hunt. I like to fish.
Yeah, he likes it all. He's very versatile.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Have you ever been recognized by a viewer when you guys go out? I did one time. I was over here at our grocery store by our house here, and somebody asked me, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I thought you looked familiar." And she says, "What do you do on there?" I said, "Candle reviews, and we do vlogs and things." She said, "Oh, okay." She said, "You look familiar." So I'm like, "Oh, well, that's cool." I don't know if I look like somebody that she knew on YouTube, or if it was actually my channel that she saw, or I just look like somebody else. Because I always get somebody tell me that I look just like somebody they know, so I guess maybe she could have seen our channel. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then but a couple of days later, okay, so we do Periscope, and
Sometimes. We used to.
yes. And I did today.
Yeah, he does more than I do.
So I had a client ask me about our 4th of July and said they watched us on Periscope. But I forgot to ask them if they watch our YouTube. So anyways, kind of sort of maybe for me too, I guess.
Yeah. Does Brad have any favorite candles?
Yeah, at Christmas time I love the pine scent candles.
Fresh balsam, he loves that one, and those pine and balsam scents, those are his favorite. How long have you had Paris? We got her right the year we met, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The fall, like 3 or 4. We got her in, I think September 2004.
Yep.
That's when we got her. She was just a few months old then. Let's see. Any special meaning to her name? Yes, it's his maiden name. His maiden name, Harris, and my name, Parker, was Parker and Harris put together. So we put P-A-R-R with 2 R's. Not 1 R, it's 2 R's and then I-S.
Yes.
Since Harris has 2 R's, so we just kept, we thought it would be different to put 2 R's instead of 1 R, so it was P-A-R-R-I-S. Was both of our last names put together. Let's see. What are your favorite movies, books, songs, TV shows, musicians, restaurants? Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, let's see. Movies, I love Misery. Misery is my favorite movie. Stephen King's Misery. Books, I don't really have a favorite book. I'm not a big reader. I get sleepy when I read. Songs, my favorite song is Creep by Radiohead. TV shows, my favorite TV show. I just like a lot. I don't really have a certain favorite one. Musicians, Janet Jackson and Kiss are my favorite musicians. Restaurants, I like a lot of those. I don't have a favorite one. I love Mexican, so.
So mine is movies, anything with Adam Sandler in it. I love Adam Sandler. Books, I don't read. I hate reading. You'll never catch me reading. My favorite song is Fancy by Reba McEntire. TV shows, I like more reality shows than TV shows, but
Big Brother.
Big Bang Theory and Big Brother are my top 2. Musicians, Reba McEntire, Janet Jackson. Restaurants, just anything Mexican food.
Did either of you go to college? I went 2 semesters in college.
And I did, obviously, because I do hair.
Yeah, to cosmetology school. Let's see here. Definitely want to hear about the history of your relationship. How did it all start? Okay, we already told you that. What really motivated you to start doing YouTube videos? I already told you that. Hey guys, are you still wanting to have a wedding in Missouri with your family, friends? If so, how is the wedding planning going?
Okay, so here, let me start this. So I started planning, but then my niece, which was helping us, and I decided it's kind of stupid to plan a wedding if we don't know if we're going to have the boys, because why plan a wedding with the boys and then them not be with us? Or why plan it and not include them, and then us get to keep them, and then trying to fit them in, because I want them to be a big part of their wedding. Now it's kind of up in the air because my mom's sick, and I want to concentrate on my mom, so I don't know what we're going to do yet. So we'll figure that out when it comes, and I want to talk to my mama about it first. Because I really want her to be there. So if it does, it'll have to be a quick one, and it's hard to have a quick one.
What really motivated you to start doing... Oh, wait. Going backwards here. I think it might have been said before, but I have a brain like a sieve syndrome. So where did you two meet? Who asked who out? Where did that? Who kissed who first?
It's kind of mutual. But I think he raped me first.
I didn't know such thing. Okay. Who said I love you first?
We already said that.
Have you experienced any homophobia? We already kind of went through that. How did both of you know you were gay and come out? I knew for a long time. I knew probably, for sure, I really knew when I was probably like in middle school, 7th or 8th grade. But I didn't come out till I was 29. Yeah. I was closeted for a long time before I came out.
I knew for a long time. I always looked at boys and stuff, and I came out when I was 21, but I was kind of forced to come out. That's another story for another time.
Okay, how can you still be so adorable together and so in love after all these years?
How could you not? He's fucking hot.
Well, the same to you. Just, I don't know, I guess if it's there, it's there. Not that we don't have our moments, everybody's got their little moments, but yeah, we're still together after all these years.
Always said I wanted a relationship like my dad's mom and dad, and I have that relationship.
Okay, I started vlogging recently. First I wanted to do a family vlog, but I don't want my hubby to feel he has to participate to make me happy. For him, we have created our own universe from when we were teenagers, and we were happy like we are. And if I started to vlog everything, then there are things we will not be of control. Do you think when one started vlogging, one should ask their significant other to be part of it, or should it let it happen naturally?
Brett asked me if I wanted to do it, and I thought it was kind of a cool idea, so...
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I got the idea from, I watched Gay Babe TV. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're really big family vloggers, and they both vlog. The husband and the wife, they vlog, both of them, you know, what he's doing, what she's doing. So I thought that was really cool. So I thought that'd be cool if Brad started vlogging too, you know.
He kind of started without me, but I would be in them. I would know what he was doing, and then he asked me if I wanted to start doing it with him.
Yeah. So like he does stuff at work, or when I'm not with him, or he's with the boys when I'm at work, or whatever have you. So, okay. So yeah, I mean, you could ask, but if they don't want to, I wouldn't force them to, you know, maybe eventually they'll just come around. Okay, when the tornado sirens go off and you go to your basement, can you hold out down there for a few days if needed, or is it just for an hour or two? While holding out, is there food down there and water in the toilet? Being in the UK, we never get them, only very odd high gales up to in the 70, 90 miles per hour. They are bad, but nothing like you would have to live with. We have a toilet down there, but we really don't have food or anything down there. So far, we've never had to really worry about that too much, even though I guess we could. And we should have something down there, I guess, food and stuff, but... Yeah,
we don't have food or anything, but we have a bathroom down there. It doesn't have a shower. It's only a half bath. But there's a bed down there. And Brett always takes his laptop with him down there. And our phones, we take our phones and chargers down there. So, I mean, maybe we should keep a little bit of food down there just in case. That's a good idea. Thanks for the idea.
Because you never know how bad it could be. You could be stuck down there, trapped down there.
Right.
Let's see. Nothing too intrusive, personal for me, but since my teenage son is crazy busy now filling out college applications, he has to write essays from prompts like this. Is there a particular quote or philosophical point of view that inspires you in your life? A good question for most anyone. So, wondering if you as a couple and or individuals have a view that inspires you, or maybe an author, celebrity, film, or family member or friend that you look to as a mentor, example, otherwise a food video. Okay. We don't really read books or anything, so I don't know. I don't really have a certain quote that I could say. That's bad. I know we're bad. We should read more. Otherwise, a food video about your favorite quick fix dinner.
My favorite quote to anybody, and I learned this when I was in high school. Don't ever tell anyone bye. It's always later. Bye is forever. Later is I'll see you again. So no matter what happens, you'll see them again. Rather they pass away, you'll see them in heaven again. So that's my favorite quote. I tell everybody that constantly. And that's the last thing I said to my dad when he passed away, was later, because I will see him again. So that's my favorite thing, and I'm trying to get my mom to say that. She says bye constantly. I say later, she says bye. I'm trying to get it through her head. It's not bye, it's later.
Okay, is it depressing being foster parents? I don't mean to cut you off, but these are hard to get through fast. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't think it would take this long. Is it depressing being a foster parent because one day you know you won't have your boys, or do you see it more as a positive that you were able to give and provide for someone other than yourselves? Both, yes. I mean, it's sad when they go. It was hard the first set we had, and then after that it got slightly easier, because we do want to adopt and have our own kids. That's what makes it hard, but it is nice. You know, it feels good that we were able to do that for the kids. It's a good feeling, yes, to provide a home for the foster kids.
Right.
Let's see. Bean Boozled Challenge. Yes, we already did that. We've done that video. I have never vlogged before, and I thought about doing it. Not necessarily making the videos public so we can document our lives with our daughter since the adoption. Would you recommend or no? Yes, I would recommend. It's really, really good. I like them because then you can go back and look on them. Because like we were just the other day going back and looked at a vlog from like a year ago, and because that's when I started. But it's like we couldn't believe how much Marco has grown up in just a year. His voice has gotten so much deeper than what it was just a year ago. It was crazy.
Yes.
So yeah, I would recommend it. It's really good to do that. Is the toilet seat always up in your house?
No, never.
No, it's not. I have
both of them are down. The lid and all is always down.
Yes, I hate for the toilet seats to be up. I don't even like. My mom comes over and she goes to the bathroom and she leaves the top lid up, and just the top one up, cover up. I'm always shutting it. I'm like, shut that lid. I like both of them down. I don't like them to be up. I like it down with the little cover on there to show.
And the girls at the salon are always impressed because they never go in and the toilet seat's left up.
Okay, what are your passions? Just gosh.
My family.
Yeah, family. Candles. Candles, big passion. Janet Jackson, she's a big passion of mine. Okay, what honorary prank have you played on each other? This may be a question for Brad. Hello.
What are you trying to say?
I didn't say it.
No, I was saying that to them. What are you trying to say? I do pranks all the time. All the time I'm doing pranks. I don't know what my favorite one is, though.
There's too many, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, what jobs have you guys had? Any interesting ones? Oh my gosh, we'll be here forever if you list yours.
I just have a lot of management jobs.
Yeah, I've only had 4 jobs in my life, so not too many. Just Burger King. I worked at a couple of gift stores. I worked at a grocery store, and then I got my job here. What's your absolute favorite thing or place to eat? Don't say Starbucks. I don't really have a favorite place to eat, really. I like so many different ones. Like I said, I like Mexican. Those are my favorite restaurants, is Mexican. But I like a lot of different ones, so. There's a bit. Well, we love Chipotle. But I don't know if it's my favorite, but I really like it a lot.
Yeah. And I've just been in management, but my favorite job is what I do now and when I worked for the parking plaza at the airport.
Okay. What is your #1 all-time favorite candle set, or top 3, too hard? Banana nutmeg bread pudding is my favorite. Favorite food you can't stand. Favorite food, Mexican food I can't stand.
Favorite food, Mexican food I can't stand, spinach.
Yeah, I don't. I can't think of what do I not like. What food do I not like?
Seafood.
Yeah, I don't like seafood. That's good. When I was younger, I was teased about my two dads coming to a PTA meeting. Do either of your kids go through bullying? If so, how, or do you deal with it?
Yes, Marco has dealt with that.
Yeah. Some kids will say, well, at least I don't have two gay foster dads.
Yeah.
Things like that.
And Marco always replies back, at least I have 3 dads that love me. How many do you got?
Yeah.
So he comes back with good thing, and he talks to us about it, and I tell him he handles it right, and just to ignore it, you know? But don't let it go too far. If it goes too far, to go turn them in.
Yeah, that was one of the big concerns about having kids. I was afraid that they would get teased and stuff at school because having two gay parents,
But most of the parents we run into are pretty cool about it.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
And
all of our neighbors are totally cool.
He is in middle school too, so that'll be the hardest age for that to go through that.
Right.
Do any of you play any musical instrument? I played bass guitar for a while. I just kind of taught myself though.
You don't want me playing nothing.
Let's see here. I've been curious for a while, and I may have just missed you talking about it, but how come you are now able to show the kids in videos when before you said it wasn't allowed? And are you planning on adopting children in the future? The reason why we show Mark and Ralphie, you're not supposed to put foster children on the internet, like on Facebook, pictures and things like that. But we had Marco and Ralphie
2.5 years.
Yeah, we had them for almost 2 years when we first had them, and then we didn't put them on Facebook or anything. And then when I started doing the vlogs, we didn't have them. They were living with their parents, and we would get them like on the weekend and stuff from their parents would let us have them on the weekends, and they gave us permission to put them on Facebook and stuff because they weren't in foster care anymore. So we did the vlogs when we first started doing the vlogs. We would get them on the weekend, and I would put them in the vlogs and stuff. But we had our other foster kids at the time, and we didn't put them on there. Those were the ones we wouldn't show.
Or you would see just the backside.
Yeah, or quick little clips that, it was hard to get them out of everything, but it wasn't nothing. We wouldn't, full on show them. And then, so after that, like a couple months later, Marco and Ralphie came back into care, and we got them. So, but we already had them in the vlogs. We'd already had them all over Facebook, so had already been on there. So we just went ahead. That's why we still showed them, because they were already on there before. So, but any other foster kids we'd have that hadn't been on there before, we wouldn't show them.
And if we ever got any new ones, we wouldn't show them either.
Yeah. And plan on adopting. We would like to adopt in the future. Brett, do you reuse the old empty candle jars? Not really. There's a few that I kind of would like to save, but I have never saved that. But I may in the future if I really like the jar. How long you been together? We already said that. That would be almost 11 years. And we were married in 2009, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 6 years. Been together almost 11 years and married for 6 years.
We've been together almost 12, ain't it?
Yeah, almost 12 years. That's right.
Been together almost 12 years.
Yeah. So we met in 2004, got married in 2009. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it don't seem like that long.
I know. I don't even have a ring to show it.
I do.
I lost my ring and I still have not got another one. I need to get another one. I was going to wait till we got married here in Missouri, but I wasn't for sure when that's going to be, so I might have to break down and just get another one. Because I feel weird not having one. Alright, so that is
wear it so he can go find another guy.
Whatever. Okay, so that is it for our question and answer video. Thank you guys for all your questions. So this was fun to do. Sorry it took so long to do it. So I'm sorry this is so long. I know it's long, but it took a while to get through all those questions. So we wanted to do them all if we could. So thank you if you stuck through this whole video.
Yes, thank you. Maybe we should have split it into 2 different ones.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please comment, thumbs up, and subscribe for more videos. And thank you all for your support.
Thank you guys. And I want to thank you guys again for my mom's positive thoughts and prayers for her.
Alright, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.